Welcome back, everybody. It is January 1st. We want to say Happy New Year to everybody. We finished the basement on the 30th. Our party was on the 30th. We finished it literally at about an hour before everybody came over. Everybody was supposed to come over at 6 o'clock. We got it up and running around 5. So everything's done. I want to do a little walk around so I can show you exactly how everything looks now. And let's go from there. We'll talk about some of the games. Currently, everything is currently working. I'll show you guys what games I was having some issues with and what the problems were and stuff like that. This is the bar area, which is decorated for Christmas. And we added a bunch of decorations and stuff like that. This lamp actually lights up. It's color changing. Let me turn that on real quick. I actually added a dishwasher down here. If anybody has a bar in their basement and they want to be able to wash glasses and stuff, Amazon, 300 bucks. Works awesome, I gotta say. It's a little dishwasher. You put all your glasses and stuff in there, run it. It's nice. Got some empty pizza boxes to throw away from the party. But this light turns on here. It has color changing bulbs in it, so it actually looks pretty darn cool. There's lights behind these bottles here. Let me turn those on. It's gonna be a little bit of a weird video here because I'm kind of doing things. But you can see how that lights up. That Flynn sign up there lights up. Let me turn that on real quick. Find a remote for that. Got a bunch of remotes down here. Got to sort through them, see what's what. Oh, they're probably right over here. I don't know where she put it. Hold on one second. Okay, let's dim the lights in here so we can see it actually. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, you can see that lamp right there. It has color changing bulbs. It's like a Tiffany lamp. It's glass, you know, that's all glued together. There's the Flynn sign up there all lit up. There's the bottles lit up. This is the fireplace we put down here. This is actually just an electric fireplace. Works really good. It gets it really warm in here. I gotta turn this TV off, but the TV's on right now. So let's get into this first room. This used to be a room here that was just all games before, and there was just an entryway into the bar. This wall was closed off. I decided to cut this wall open to give it a little bit more, so you know what I mean, people can sit over here and still feel like they're in the bar area and talking to other people. So in this room I put 4 games. I put Wizard of War, I put the Space Ace cabinet in here, Tapper, and Mr. Do. The Space Ace cabinet, this is a game that I built from scratch, this cabinet and everything. My buddy made the computer for it. It's running Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. Currently it's on Dragon's Lair. If you want to change from one game to the other, what you do is you come down to the coin return buttons here, and you hit this button here. You hit it once, takes you out to a menu. You hit it a second time, and it gives you the ability to go from Dragon's Lair to Space Ace. So let's go down to Space Ace here. Now we're going to hit the other coin return button twice. Now it's going to load itself into Space Ace. So this gives you the option for Space Ace and Dragon's Lair to be played on the same cabinet without having to do any switching of any kind. It does have an LCD monitor in it. I think the gameplay works really well on here. I think it's pretty responsive for being a computer and not the original hardware. The game, everything works. All the scores, board and everything works like it should. So I'm pretty happy with that setup. I don't think I'm ever gonna mess with it, just leave it as is. This is a derrick that my buddy 3D printed for me that I leave up there. Just kind of hoping we can find the blue guy from Space Ace. I don't know what his name is, but it'd be pretty sweet to find him and get him 3D printed, but there is no such model for that. The bar and this room just have regular can lights in them, and I didn't do color changing can lights or anything here, but they are adjustable, so you can dim them brighter or less just depending on what you want to do. So that's these 4 games in here. My buddy on New Year's party set a new high score, which I haven't had a chance to play this much, but he pretty much doubled my score. So now I got to go in there and beat his. But that does have a high score saver kit in it. So does Tapper, which Tapper currently right now has 0 scores because it was turned off for such a long time. I've noticed that when you leave these games off for a while, it resets the high scores. Every room I put a fan in. I put 3 fans down here, one here, one in that room, and one in that other room over there. there. Got a little clock up there, a double-sided clock that's hanging on the wall. Pretty nice to be able to see it from both sides. It's currently almost 2 o'clock on January 1st. We have a little laser up here that's making these images on the floor. It's pretty cool. It does quite a few different things, and supposedly you can download your own images onto it, and there's a DMX cord, stuff like that. I know nothing about it yet. I think you need some sort of a controller to run it, but it is pretty cool to be able to add things to it if you want to. So there's that. Now we're going to get into the first room here, which we have Space Invaders, Galaga. We have some more 3D printed Galaga characters up there. Those are just sitting up there. We have our carved banana right now because I don't have a game for that area. That is a flashing banana. See, he's flashing everybody. He does have a split down him I need to repair. It dried out down here from sitting down here for a long time and it cracked, so I need to Bondo that in and repair it. I did paint this with black light reflective paint, so I need to fill the crack and go back over it with the paint. It's just that paint's a pain in the butt, takes many coats to cover. We have Zaxxon over here. This is one of my favorite cabinets I've built, which is Atari 2600. My buddy did a Raspberry Pi on it, and we put some of the games I played as a kid on here. So basically you could pick whatever game you want to play. Let's put it on Plaque Attack. So if you want to play Plaque Attack, so all you have to do is hit this game button up here, I think. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You got to hit the coin return button down here. One of them. I forget how to play it. There we go. So it's going to load into that game, and when you turn the game off and you turn it back on, it's going to reload into that game unless you put it back into the main menu. So if you just have it on one game, nobody would ever know that it was multiple games in it. So if you want to get to the main menu, just come down here and you hit the right button, coin return button, and it's going to take you back out into the menu. And like I said, you can scroll up and down, and there's different games on here. Next to that, Fisherman's Bait. People really tend to like that. Here's another 3D printed Atari sign, which I broke moving the stuff around. I need to fix it, but it's got the Atari logo on top. I need to glue those back together. But Fisherman's Bait, people really like this. This has force feedback and it vibrates. So the bigger the fish, the more more it vibrates, the more this crank is hard to reel the fish in. Carnival King is a real popular game. People really like playing that game. There's a fan up there. You can see a fan back there. Time Pilot, Operation Thunderbolt. I got rid of Operation Wolf 3. Here's the original Operation Wolf. I got rid of 3 because I just thought it was a lame game. It really didn't make sense between Operation Wolf and Thunderbolt. I don't know what they were thinking. It really wasn't, to me it didn't really fit the series. So nobody really played it, so we just got rid of it. So then in the middle here, for now, I have 4 games right here. I have Solar Fox. People really love this game, and I never knew anything about this game until I purchased it a little bit ago, a couple months ago. But that's all nicely up and running. Satan's Hollow is running. Journey over here, you just heard it turn on. I had found on eBay a old record album with the Journey Frontier album, which is this cover photo, and I ordered it. I just bought one that was a little beat up because I didn't want to get a real nice one down here, and I'm going to actually double side tape the back of it to this electrical box up here to cover that electrical box, and I'll have the Journey thing there and the record still in it, and the record does work so we can play it on our record player, which I thought was kind of cool. It was a cool way to hide one of those electrical boxes coming down from the ceiling, because I have these electrical boxes dropped from the ceiling so that there's no extension cords. There's like 2 power strips running in this whole basement. Everything else is plugged directly into the walls. So I don't have any power strips, extension cords, or anything like that anymore like I used to have. So I'm pretty happy about that. Tron right here. This was a game I picked up several years ago that was literally rotted from here down. From here up is all original. It was all redone. I don't have any videos on it. I do have some photos on YouTube on it, but I don't have any videos. Here's some more 3D printed Tron bikes up there. You can see how this is glowing pretty nicely because I have a blue light up here. If I keep these lights on blue, it makes all the black light reflective stuff glow. One more thing over here on the MCR games. I only have 4 games right now running on a 20 amp circuit. These games seem to work better with less games on one circuit when you have a bunch of MCR games in one. I had put an LED light strip in here. I didn't have the original black light fixture. And when I did it, I turned it on red and I was like, man, that looks way cooler red. And also this joystick's red, which I don't know if it was red originally or not. I don't remember. Maybe it was this one that was supposed to be blue. I don't remember. I forget. But anyways, I love this in red. So you can turn it to black light. I do have a remote, which is right up here actually, I think. Let me see if this is it. Is this it? Let me see if it'll turn. Yeah, see, you can turn it to black light. But to me, it just doesn't look right. I think it always should have been red. So I'm leaving it red because I like it red. But anyways, so that's that right there. Let's go down the hallway here. You can see all the ceiling's done, everywhere is done. All these panels are removable. They do lift up. They can be removed if you need to get to electrical, plumbing, and stuff like that. Sinistar is working. I need to put a lock on the door and stuff like that. I'm still having an issue with the joystick. I replaced this joystick. I found another one, I replaced it, and the only issue I'm having is if I push this all the way to the up position, the ship goes down. If I just go up a little bit, the ship goes up. I don't know if that's right or not. When you go down and you push all the way down on it, it's fine. It works fine. So I don't know if that's an issue with the joystick or if that's how the game plays or if it's an issue with the board. If somebody could tell me, that would be great. Bubbles, we need to get this project finished up. It's close, but not yet. Moon Patrol, I am having a sound issue with the Moon Patrol. It currently does not have sound. I need to get in there and check the board and see what's going on with that. Here's a joust. This joust I bought, not working. It's an original cabinet, never been restored. This original overlay, original everything on it, and it's in really good shape. I got that all, the boards repaired on it. I bought it with all the boards in it, nothing was working. Robotron, another favorite. This currently is running the arcade shop board in it. I do have the all original board set for it that does work, so I think I am going to convert it back to the original boards. Some people say leave this in there, just put the boards in there and not hook it up, but I'm not sure yet. Qbert, got some more 3D printed Qbert guy up here. We have Pac-Man. Pac-Man's all originals, never been touched. You can see all the wear on it from people over the years. I just left it as is. In this room here, once again, we have more. You can see all the ceiling and everything. We got heater vents here. We have speakers running through the whole basement, all running off of Bluetooth off of Alexa. Now, these LED light strips run through the whole basement here, and they continually run through, and they go from one side to the other, and you can't see them. I ran them up in the ceiling to come through this room. I ran them up in the ceiling above this door opening over to here, so that they're all nice, uniform. These tracks that they're in, this is an L-shaped track that came off of YouTube, and you tape the double side taped lights stick to it, and then there's a frosted cover that snaps over top. Gives it a nice look. It kind of dims them a little bit, and they're not as noticeable. Now, when the music's playing, these go to the music. I can't obviously play music right now because I'll get a copyright on YouTube. So right now they're just in a color changing mode. But I actually wired a separate speaker over here, and it's against the wall, and it's right next to the microphone for the LED light strip, so it picks up the bass. So, when the bass hits on a song, it changes the color of the lights. So it actually works pretty darn good. So we have a Route 66 here. We have a set of road burners, which are linked together. We have a Harley Davidson game. We have a set of Need for Speed Underground, which are linked together. California Speeds are linked together. Let's go over to this side. I left this spot open here. This is going to be Paperboy. Then we have Dig Dug, Centipede, Kangaroo, and Pole Position. Centipede I've been having a monitor issue with. I believe the flyback's going bad. It's getting bright and dim no matter what I do. It seems to keep happening. I messed with the blue and red and green. I messed with those and it's been better today. It's been on for a while now and I haven't had any issues, but I'll bet you it's going to mess up again. I'm pretty positive that flyback's going, and unfortunately that monitor is a Best Tech monitor, and a Best Tech monitor you cannot get a flyback for, which sucks because this monitor has a burn-free screen on it and I would like to keep it. I'll have to check the ohms on the yoke and see if possibly I can do a chassis swap or maybe even a yoke swap and keep the tube itself, but I'll have to see. I don't know anything about the neck board or anything. I haven't pulled it off. It might be one of those smaller neck boards where you can't, you know, convert it to a different chassis. I'm not sure yet. Next to it, Kangaroo. I was having an issue with the power supply on this. I just resoldered it this morning because I would have to lift the cabinet up and let it slam down lightly for it to turn on, so I knew it was a cold solder joint. So I went over all the solder connections on this power supply and it is currently working. I need to adjust my focus a little bit. It's a little bit blurry, but it's real close. Next to it, pole position. This has a really nice monitor in it. Nice and crisp, nice colors. White's nice and white, so I'm real happy with that. And most games down here, the attract modes are turned off because it kind of drives me nuts hearing them all going. Pole position is one of those ones that I want to hear running because I want to hear that beeping because I know it's up and running. That right there. We have a jump bug over here. That's another one of my favorite games. We have elevator action here. Now this elevator action has a high score saver. I try to put a high score saver kit on everything I have that they offer because I like to compete for high scores. Now on this elevator action, this high score saver kit also has other games on it. This is the original elevator action board, but it has a high score saver, so you have the ability to hold down player 2 start for a second here. Let's see if I can do this right. Maybe it's player 1 start. I always forget that. I know you hold one of them down and it goes into the menu. There we go. And then it gives you the option of elevator action, Jungle King, Jungle Hunt, Pirate Pete, which I think these three right here, Jungle King, Jungle Hunt, Pirate Pete, are all pretty much the same game, just different characters. And then Time Tunnel, Space Seeker, and Sea Fighter, which I kind of forget what they are. But I usually leave it on elevator action if somebody wants to play something different. I can change it for them or tell them what to do. So that's cool. Next to it is Donkey Kong Jr. I'm really happy with how this monitor rebuilt. It's got really vibrant colors, really crisp, nice and clear, really black. Very happy with that. I suck at this game horribly. I need to just really sit down and play it for a while and get good at it. It's just one of them things where I just don't have a lot of time. So next to it, this is a Fix-It Felix Jr. This does have a flat screen in it. I have contemplated on running a CRT in here. I'm not sure yet if I want to. This is, I currently have the sound off. I had to put a little button here for the sound because this relentlessly plays this. And if you have to hear this while down here for hours, you'll go nuts. So I put that button on there so you can just kill the volume so you don't have to worry about it. Basically that button just interrupts the one speaker wire. So that's that one. Cuphead is real popular. Kids love playing this game, early teenagers and stuff like that. This seems to be real popular. Once again, I have a button on here for the volume because you'll hear this the whole time. It never quits. But on this game, I got a bunch of flack on this one from my one video saying this game was for kids. And everybody was like, oh, this game's not for kids. Well, you know what? It's rated E10, which is everyone 10 plus is what is recommended. Because they say that the devil is bad. Kids shouldn't be playing with the devil, but I'll tell you what, this game is nothing compared to like Grand Theft Auto or anything like that. So the people that say that it's not made for kids are wrong because it's E10, which is everyone, 10 and up. So last time I looked, the 10-year-old was a kid. But real quick, let's go back to Donkey Kong Jr. here. My buddy just brought this over on New Year's for me. He 3D printed this Donkey Kong character, really cool. He's sitting up here on Donkey Kong Jr. I have debated on putting Donkey Kong in the same cabinet as Jr. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not. It'd be nice to find another board and put a switcher on there and do that, so I might. This is a Spuds McKenzie light up guy. He's original. I actually got it from a lady at a job I did. She gave it to me. There's another 3D printed Fix-It Felix hammer. I made a little Lexan, bent a piece of Lexan just to kind of hold it up there. We have some Cuphead characters that are 3D printed. He hand painted these. I think he just printed them all gray and then went back and painted over them. He did a really nice job on it. That turned out nice. So basically, these are all my Nintendo games in the middle of the room here. Popeye. I have a Mario guy up here. He's just like a plastic guy. He's pretty tall. He's like 18 inches tall, 20 inches tall. Here's a Popeye statue my buddy got me. Another 3D printed Bowser and him up there. And I painted him with black light reflective. This is black light reflective. And this blue light up here is making him glow. Here's the Popeye, which I'm still having a little bit of a monitor issue with this. It's fine, it's stable and everything. I think my blue's up a hair high, and I'm having a little bit of an issue on the edges here. And I've used the degaussing wand many a times, and I've gotten it this good, but I still can't get it perfect. Just a tiny bit in those corners. I'm going to turn the blue down a little bit and see if that doesn't possibly help. Maybe the red might be a hair high too, because the red is really, really vibrant red. Maybe I might be able to knock that down a hair, and maybe I can get rid of that purplish color in the corner, or it's something to do with magnetic. I'm not sure. Next to it is a Dr. Mario, which I made this cabinet as well. And once again, I put a button on here for the volume because you hear this the whole time, if not. And this is just running a Pandora box right now. And Dr. Mario's in there. I do have a Versus board I could put in here with Dr. Mario, so I might do that. Zookeeper, one of my favorite games here. This has all the original boards in it, but it is running a the ZooQ or whatever it's called from Arcade Shop board is in here because the original boards are currently not working. But they are intact. They're all in there. They're on the plate on the back door, just not working. So that's that row there. Let's go back over here. Here's Mortal Kombat 3. Asteroids Deluxe, I was having a problem with it. It was not working for the party. It kept making a consistent beeping sound. I went in there, I messed with the edge connector. I thought it was the edge connector because it turned back on and it was working. It turned out to not be the edge connector. I pushed on some chips on the board and now it's been working. It's been on for a couple hours. So I think what I need to do is take the board out, take the socketed chips out, clean the socketed chips, spray some deoxit in the sockets, and then let it dry a little bit and put it back together and see how it does. This is a Nintendo cabinet I made a long time ago. It's probably one of the first cabinets I ever made. This is running my original Nintendo game from being a kid. I got it for Christmas one year and it's still in here. I have a door down here that opens and you can see that's my original Nintendo as a kid. My games are up there. I have Nintendo games in there and I have N64 games in there as well. But this just shuts. It's got a little thing there just to latch it so you can switch whatever game you want in there. What I did was I didn't want to hack up my original remote controls. So what I did was I went on eBay or wherever I went and I ordered 2 controllers for original Nintendo, just aftermarket ones, and I took them apart and I soldered onto the boards wires that come over to these buttons. So now they're working on arcade controls and it works really well. This unfortunately is probably not going to stay down here. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not going to keep it down here because I have a Versus cabinet, a dual Versus cabinet where the 2 games are side by side. One side has Super Mario Brothers, the other side has Excite Bike. When I get to restoring that, I'm going to bring that down here. I'm going to take this out of here. I'm going to keep it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll put it in my shop in the back when I do that. Just not sure yet. Here's some 3D printed bullets that my buddy did. This is a Nintendo mug that changes when you fill it with hot coffee. It'll change the look on the mug itself. This is just a Legends pinball cabinet here. Kids like to play this. Actually, it's not too bad. It's all right. But I got room here for another game. Neo Geo's right here. That's I have 4 games in here currently. I have Nightmare in the Dark. I have Windjammers, Bust-A-Move, and Metal Slug 3. Next to that, we have a Frogger, high score saver kit in that. We have a Track and Field here. Then we have the 4 Incredible Technology games. You only see 3 cabinets here because the Golden Tee has a switcher kit in it. So we have Silver Strike X. This is the highest you can upgrade it. We have Target Toss Pro, which is Target Toss, which is lawn bags and lawn darts. So it has both games in one. on that one. And this right now is Golden Tee 2020. That's the wrong marquee. We're actually going to make a new marquee for it because we're going to do 2000 Golden Tee 2020. We're going to put a slash through it, and we're going to put power putt because I have all 11 courses of power putt on here. Currently, this is on power putt. So if you come to under the cabinet here, under this front face, and you see it's lit up power putt, and you hit this button here, and it's going to switch us to 2020 Golden Tee. So now we're on 2020 Golden Tee. So I have the perfect solution switcher kit in here. These are all running 32-inch computer monitors, and these cabinets I built them to kind of match the ones that you can buy. I just went off of because I didn't have a template to go by. So, and I'm not worried about having an original cabinet for these because those things are enormous and I don't want anything to do with them. But I still have one more game I want to put in these cabinets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy another one of those Perfect Solution switcher kits. I'm going to take target toss and lawn darts and I'm going to move them, or I'm going to move whichever way I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this computer into one of these other cabinets. So I'm going to have a free cabinet here, and I have PGA Tour Golf with all the courses, with the unlocked courses. So I'm going to put that in one of these cabinets here. So we're going to convert one of these into that. So then we'll have 2 incredible technology games here, 2 over there, and then the PGA Tour. And then next to that, this cabinet I built years ago, Simpsons Bowling. I don't know if that ever had a dedicated cabinet or not, but what I did was I made this cabinet look like a bowling pin. I made the sides, cut them out to look like a bowling pin. Now obviously I had to jet this out to give it room for the trackball. So it's a pretty cool game. It's just different, you know. I got a little spacer here, heater here that we plug in if we're cold. So we have a set of California speeds here linked together. We have digital underground, Need for Speed linked. I don't know if I think I already went over all these, but I have room here in the middle for more games. I might have to change the layout of the middle of the arcade in these areas depending on how everything's going to fit, because I have like 12 or 13 games still in the shop, maybe even more. There is more than that need to be restored. Not all of them are going to make it down here. Some of them will get sold, but I am going to pick and choose what I want to put down here. I got rid of a few shooting games, but I think I want to have my buddy build me a computer, and we'll just put like a dozen or 2 dozen shooting games on here, some of the popular ones, and have them all on one cabinet. Because people do like playing shooting cabinet games, but the problem is they take up a lot of room, especially these older ones that are running CRTs. Oh, there goes the centipede. See how it's turned green? That's a flyback issue. It's got to be. The flyback's got to be shot. Got to be going bad. But the shooting cabinet, it'd be nice to just have an LCD screen in there and be able to choose whatever game you want to play. It frees up some space and still gives the people the option to be able to play them. I think pretty much that covers it all. Trying to think if there's anything else I could think of. I took all my gumball machines, they're filled with candy, and I took them apart, the mechanisms, and I put them all on so you can just spin them. You don't have to put a quarter into them, so you can get candy out of there without having to use quarters. I got 2 of them there, and I have 1 in the hallway here next to Cubert. So there's M&Ms and stuff in them. And then here's the hallway back here that we finished. So basically the whole entire basement has been redone except for the gym, which I need to do that next. We should have a bunch of different musicians up here. The popcorn machine, we've had that for years. Here's the bathroom down here. This has an upflush toilet in it. If anybody has a basement without with the septic tank, you need an upflush toilet because you need to be able to shoot it upwards and out into the septic. We do have some pictures of famous people in bathtubs and on toilets. We got Ozzy Osbourne, Willie Nelson in the tub, Dolly Parton in the tub, stuff like that. Christmas sign here. But yeah, this toilet works nice because what happens is this sink, the bar sink, the dishwasher all run downhill into the toilet. There's a box on the other side of the wall, and there's a pump in there. So once it fills up so high, the pump turns on and it pumps the water out up to the septic tank. So that works out nicely. So all right guys, well that is it. That's the tour of the basement. It is done. We can get back to restoring, finishing games, and hopefully hopefully people, I really appreciate everybody sticking around and subscribing and liking and sharing. Hopefully we can keep it going and get more people on board. Other than that, I'm just wish everybody a happy new year, and I will see you guys soon. We're going to finish up that bubbles, and then I want to get started on the paperboy. So all right guys, you guys have a good day, and I will see you later.